Hey guys, it's your average middle-aged American back again with another reaction video. I'm still on a quest to find the best castles in the world. I know, there's a lot of castles. Quite frankly, Germany seems to do pretty well in the old castle category. But I'm going to keep looking, see what's out there. Came across this one. It's kind of a new channel that I've been looking at. We did one on Spain. We did one on Europe. Just did one on Switzerland. You know, castles. These are all castles. And this one's Wales. I have not seen the video. We can watch it together. I've never really thought about Wales for castles. But I'm here to learn. So maybe there's some amazing castles in Wales. I can't wait to find out. These are great because they're short videos and they get to the point. Not a lot of fluff here. And we'll see what they have to offer. Take a minute. Thank you. If you're a subscriber, I thank you. If you're not a subscriber, but you comment in the comment section, I thank you. If you give me a thumbs up, I thank you. I just thank all of you. If you're watching this video, thanks. You know, this channel's only been around 5 or 6 months, and we're growing at a pace I wanted to grow at. I didn't want to grow too fast. I didn't want to grow too slow. I think this is a nice pace. We're 70% to our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and can't thank you guys enough. I learn something every day. Even the days I don't watch videos, I still read every comment on every video that I post. And can't thank you enough. So feel free to use the comment section. We have great discussions, civil discussions, talk about the differences in different countries and cultures, and sometimes we get political. Sometimes we just talk about, you know, landscape or architecture. It's really the channel that I wanted to make, and I'm really proud of what we've done so far and what we've learned from each other. And that's it. Enough jibber jabber. Let's see what the video's about. Wow, whoa. There's some bass in this.
With more ancient fortresses per square mile than anywhere else in Europe, Wales is Britain's
Really?
undisputed king of castles. Most of the structures date back to the reign of King Edward I, who built the castles to help him hold on to his newly acquired lands. Known today as Edwardian castles,
That's so cool.
the fortresses marked a new era in castle construction. Instead of the classic motte and bailey design with its central keep and outer stockade, Edwardian castles feature rings of walls and multiple towers that make them look as if they were lifted out of a fairy tale. In this video, we explore the most beautiful castles in Wales. We've collected a list of the top beautiful castles in Wales, so make sure to include them in your list if you're a visitor. At first in the list, number 1, Caernarfon Castle. Located on the mouth of the River Siant in the town of Caernarfon,
Wow.
Caernarfon Castle is a beautiful example of the Edwardian style of castle. Designed by the era's premier architect James of St. George, construction of the castle began in 1283 with the building of a huge outer wall that encircled the entire settlement, much of which still stands today. A series of towers and gates built along the castle's inner wall offered added protection. King Edward's son was born in Caernarfon and was dubbed the Prince of Wales, a title that the heir to the throne has been awarded ever since. Number 2, Harlech Castle. Built on the summit of a 60-meter, 200-foot, high hill overlooking Cardigan Bay in the Llywelyn Peninsula, Harlech Castle may be marked by centuries of battle and decay, but it's still one of the most popular castles in Wales. Built for Edward I in 1283, architect James of St. George took advantage of the site's sheer cliffs on the northern and western boundaries to strengthen the castle's fortifications. The castle was attacked almost as soon as it was completed and served as a fortress well into the 1600s. Today, visitors can roam the castle ruins and enjoy one of the finest views on the Cambrian coast. Number 3, Conwy Castle. Located in the picturesque town on Conwy on the north coast of Wales.
Yeah, I've seen this one before. This is really cool. I mean, you just have this castle sitting right next to a highway, next to a railroad track, next next to the water. So you have boats, trucks, cars. You got some kind of a modern little area over there. Looks like they have solar panels and stuff. It's just like it's just two different worlds, you know? This thing will probably be standing longer than everything around it. It's so cool. I can't even imagine driving by a castle every day to go to work. There's got to be just, I mean, I'm sure you get used to it. I'm sure it's like no big deal because you live there and you're just, but it's got to be pretty cool. You just, yeah, there was a traffic jam at the castle today. I mean, it's just so cool.
Conwy Castle was
Wow.
built by King Edward I between 1283 and 1289. The castle is considered one of the finest works by architect James of St. George. Built to take advantage of its location on a rocky hill on the banks of the Conwy estuary. The well-preserved castle features 2 fortified gateways, 8 gigantic towers and massive Great Hall. Knowledgeable guides offer 1-hour tours that take visitors from the castle's royal chambers and chapel up to the top of the battlements. Number 4. Beaumaris Castle. King Edward I and his favored architect James of St. George had perfected the art of castle building by the time they began construction of Beaumaris Castle in 12.
All right, I got a question for you. You castle aficionados. I'm noticing with these castles in Wales, not necessarily the same as the other castles we looked at, they have a giant courtyard in comparison to like the living space and the, you know, the covered areas, you know, the turrets or whatever. I don't even know what they're called. Is there a reason for that? Is it would like all the, like, would the whole town gather in that courtyard during you know, a war or a battle? Or I guess what I'm trying to get at is, why is the courtyard so ginormous in ratio to actual indoor living space? If you know, let me know. Because on the other castles, they weren't like that. The other ones we just looked at in, like in Spain, the courtyard is maybe the same size or even less than all of the other covered living area. This is ginormously different in proportion. Does that make sense? Let me know.
By the time they began construction of Beaumaris Castle in 1295. Located on the Isle Anglesey in the county of Gwynedd, the beautifully designed concentric castle features a moat connected to the sea, round towers on every corner, and staggered entrances and portcullises between the inner ward and outer wall. Number 5. Caerphilly Castle. Situated on an island on a massive estate in the county of Gwynedd, Caerphilly Castle is considered the first true concentric castle built in Wales. The inner ward with its rounded corner towers is surrounded by an outer wall with an attached guardhouse. Construction of the fortress began in 1268 by Earl Gilbert de Clare, who built the castle on the site of an ancient Roman fort. Although stone from the castle was later taken to build homes in the region, Caerphilly was restored by a Cole baron during the Victorian era. Number 6. Pembroke Castle. Located in the county of Pembrokeshire in southeast Wales, Pembroke Castle is the largest privately owned castle in Wales. It's also one of the oldest and best preserved. Construction dates back to 1093 when the Earl of Shrewsbury took control of the town from the Welsh. Famed as the place where Henry VII was born, Pembroke began to fall into decay in the 17th century, but was fully restored during the early 1900s. Open to the public, the castle features stage tableaus that depict events in the castle's history, battle reenactments, and falconry displays. Number 7. Raglan Castle. Raglan Castle in the county of Gwent was one of the last medieval castles in Wales, and the structure demonstrates how Britain's fortresses eventually gave way to palaces. Although it was designed for defense when construction began in 1435, attention was also paid to human comfort with an array of luxurious apartments built around a scenic courtyard. A climb to the top of the Great Tower offers views of the moat below and the surrounding countryside. Visitors can explore the cellars. Number 8. Cardiff Castle. Built on the banks of the Taff River, Cardiff Castle has a history that dates back to Britain's Roman occupation. Over the centuries, it has been transformed into a Norman
That's a hotel.
a medieval fortress and a Gothic residence. In the 1800s,
What am I
the
looking
third
at?
Marquess of Bute turned the structure into a fairy tale-like castle in the Gothic Revival style. Today, the castle is
Is that
operated
it?
by the city of Cardiff as a tourist
Good
attraction.
grief.
Visitors can tour the castle's sumptuous apartments, explore the Firing Line Regimental Museum, and roam the beautifully landscaped parks around the castle grounds. Number 9. Carregdsynin.
Am I crazy, or was that just like a bunch of B-roll, stock footage type stuff? Let me know.
Perched on a rocky limestone hill in the town of Llandilo in Carmarthenshire, Wales, Carregdsynin Castle is prized for the views it offers as much as for its ancient history. The 12th century Welsh structure was
Wow.
built by Rhys of Deheubarth and was rebuilt in the 13th century by John Gifford on behalf of Edward I. Although much of the castle was destroyed during the Wars of Roses, the ruins are well worth a visit. Visitors who climb their way to the hill's summit are rewarded with breathtaking views. List. Number 10. Criccieth Castle. Resting atop a headland jutting out into Tremadoig Bay, Criccieth Castle demonstrates the influence that King Edward I had on Welsh fortress construction. Built by Llywelyn the Great in the late
What's the deal with Edward I, man? That guy is more into castles than I am. Look at that, though. That's how perfect is that? You got the view, you got the hill, you got the wall. I mean, obviously it's in rough shape now, but what an amazing site. You know, actual site for a castle. That's beautiful. I mean, that really, I mean, that what a spectacular piece of land. That could really be something. Somebody should buy that and build a castle there.
13th century. The design included many features of
that.
Edwardian castles, including an outer wall, outward-facing arrow slits and murder holes in passageways. The castle changed hands between the Welsh and English until the
at how
15th century
high
when
it
it was
is.
burned during the last Great Welsh Rebellion. Visitors to Criccieth can wander through the ruins and explore exhibits about the history of Welsh castles. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite beautiful castles in Wales? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the
See, you know, that's what I think of when I think of a castle. Just that idea right there. First of all, it's symmetrical, which is cool. Pretty symmetrical. Look how high those walls are. That's cool. Yeah, Wales got a lot of castles. All right, guys. Give me some castle names, stuff to research. Best castles. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really looking for the most important castle per se, as much as just the most beautiful castle. Obviously, I don't want it to be built in the last 100 years, but you know what I mean? I mean, ruins are great to learn about, but I want eye-appealing castles. I want castles that make you go, yeah, that's a castle. So let me know. If you haven't seen them in the videos yet, put them down. And I know things get kind of distorted because of scale, so it's hard to see, you know, one castle looks like no big deal, and it could be twice as big as another castle, but whatever they missed, let me know so that I can check it out. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It helps me out, doesn't hurt you, helps the channel, and thumbs up is also appreciated. I am going to keep looking for castles. I may start looking at some more cathedrals too. I want a castle that looks like a cathedral. Shouldn't be that hard. Why can't I have both? Beauty and brawn. Why can't I have both? I can. It's my channel. I want both. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.